Hey guys, this is JC. If you've noticed anything, the camera is much nicer. So here I'm using a Canon Rebel T1i first gen. So what is this week's review all about? It's about this. It's the Samsung Galaxy Y. It's a low-end smartphone with the basic of needs. It has an 832 MHz processor, a 3-inch QVGA screen, 320 by 240 pixels, with 290 megabytes of RAM, 190 megabytes of internal storage. Inside it has a 2 megapixel camera, a 1-year warranty, and that's about all I can say. So let's unbox it. The phone's not here because I've been using it for a few days now. So remove it. First we have a let me just focus. So first we have a CD. This is for the Keys software. Next we have some paperwork, the normal paperwork that we get in phones. Inside we also have the USB cable and the charger. If you're wondering why are there no earphones, I've been using the earphones. Comment on the earphones, they're not that bad. They're certainly good enough for an inbox pair. And phone itself, here we go. Just give me a few seconds for me to configure this. My wallpaper right now is Yoko from Gurren Lagann. Let me just configure it. Display, the brightness. This is how you do it. So I'm setting it to low brightness so you guys can see the screen very well. So it has a, if you just notice, it's a white on black. This case, if it looks nice to you, it didn't cost that much. It cost like $5. So here is the interface. So it's running Android 2.3.6 Gingerbread with an 832 megahertz processor. Inside and 190 megabytes of RAM. The screen is 320 by 240. It's an outdated phone. My dad bought this a few months ago. He was planning to sell it, but he couldn't, so he just gave it to me as a Christmas gift. So at the back we have a 2 megapixel camera. We also have its loudspeaker, which is not bad. Certainly average of performance. Up top, let me just focus. Doesn't work. Focus. We have a, sorry if you just bumped. Let me just zoom in. Here we go. We have a USB connector hidden under a flap. The 3.5mm headphone jack. We have the lock button here. We have the lock button. We have a volume rocker, the bottom, a microphone. In the front we have the traditional Android home keys. The center, which brings up the main menu. And the back key. This is running a Samsung TouchWiz UI. What can I say? The build quality of this is not bad. Certainly good for the price. If I can remove, I'm gonna remove my gel case. It's the white version. The back is the back is made out of a glossy plastic. White doesn't scratch as easily. It's tiny. I swear to God, it's tiny. I'm just gonna get something for size comparison. Just wait for a few seconds. This is my tablet. This is it. This is 7-inch tablet. That's the Ainol Nova 7 Advanced 2. Let me zoom back in. There we go. So there we go. So the interface isn't the smoothest in the world, as you can see. There are some lags. The home screen, it has a really limited amount of RAM in it. Internal storage. By the way, I'm gonna pry off the back panel. Underneath we have a 1200 milliamp hour battery. Underneath we have the SIM card slot, and we have here my camera can focus on it. A micro SD card slot, which can accept cards up to 32 gigabytes, which is the norm nowadays. But there are now cards supported up to 64 gigabytes. Those are the SDXC cards. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more on the screen. So there we go. Why did I click Skype? So there we go. I'm gonna show you some camera samples from this. Now for video performance. Speaking of the camera, which I said earlier, it's a 2 megapixel camera that can shoot QVGA video at 15 frames per second. So here's the upcoming clip. Okay, so this is the video recording that I'm recording. This is at Carter VGA, and as you can see, it's not the best nor the worst in the world. There are some dropped frames. This is my room. Yeah, so this is a test video, as you can see there. As you can see, there's not much detail resolved. It's choppy, but perfectly good enough for the MMS messages. Why is my face there? Yeah, there we go. It has no front-facing camera. This can certainly live up to most tasks. If you want to see the keyboard, it's plenty quick. See, the keyboard is a QWERTY style. It's tiny for my gigantic man fingers, but if you put it in a landscape, it's more usable. I'm used to using a 3.5 inch screen, or perhaps a 4.8 inch screen in the Galaxy S3. Why is it out of focus? So yeah, now for gaming performance, I'm gonna fire up a game, Jetpack Joyride. See if I can do well. Now, while we're talking about that, that only has a CPU. There is no GPU as listed on GSM Arena. Sorry if you you keep hearing me saying a lot. So the gaming performance, let's wait for it to load. This is no GPU, so it's relying completely on a CPU for it. If you see that it has a lack of glare, I put a screen shield on it. It's a matte screen shield that I put on myself. I have to thank that snazzy iPhone guy, who is now in Peru, for teaching me how to use a new method, which he taught me, and here we go, called the taco method. This doesn't have a Gorilla Glass screen, it's just a cheap plastic screen. As you can see, wait, let me focus. As you can hear, speaker's not as bad. It lags a little bit, but it's perfectly good gaming performance. Not bad. See? There is the lag that I was talking about earlier. But it's perfectly usable. And I'm dead. It's hard doing this through the viewfinder. But yeah, there we go. That's fairly good game. Then that's the gaming performance. So would I recommend this? If you have a 10-year-old or 12-year-old, a teenager, it's plenty good for his basic needs, for calling, for texting, for the games and that such. It's not the most powerful thing in the world. It's also not the most expensive thing in the world. Now let's talk about price. This thing goes for about $100. Yeah, it's really cheap. $100. It packs again. So the pros, I have to say, it says good enough build quality. It's responsive. The Android OS, even though it's old, it's still good enough. The support for Samsung is usually pretty good. Now for the bad, the camera is piss poor. The speaker is feeble, not that loud. The build quality isn't the greatest, but it's not, again, it's pro. It's made of glossy plastic. The screen doesn't have Gorilla Glass, but what do you expect at the price? And outdated version of the software, and needs to be bumped up hardware. So I hope they make the Galaxy Y too, because it would be really good. But for now, yeah, this is JC signing out. Also, I forgot to mention that this thing, if you see it skipped because I edited this, this thing also has pretty good battery life. I get about 1.5 days of light to medium usage and a full day out of heavy usage. And when I say heavy, I really do mean heavy. This sports videos, I think, up to VGA format. Well, again, this is JC signing out.